seem to have adjusted to the high-pressure environment pretty well. Let's have a look at everyone on your screens using that Oppo Reno Ace, I believe, which is the sponsoring or the flagship phone of the overall tournament. We do head into Erangel once again for the final time of the Peacekeeper Elite Championship. Pardon me, have to see how things are going to go here. We haven't really had any hot dropping just yet, and I was thinking that maybe a team like Omen or something like that further down the bottom would go for it, but after a good game one, then they might want to take risks like that now.
No, nobody's gotten too silly with it as we get the safest plane that I've seen all tournament long. Gaka still open. Georgia Pole North and South is doable by a stretch. There is Military Island. Of course, Team Queso's positioning is always going to be the same. They've got another nice plane location for them. What else have we got? Milta is a bit far away, but teams are staying away from that side of the map generally.
I'm interested that 4am have gone out so early. They've normally been up towards Georgia Pole. And admittedly, the plane wasn't exactly friendly to Georgia Pole, but getting out this early, they're still nowhere near it, so they're clearly planning somewhere else.
The first game we had of the PEC had a very similar plane line, and 4am dropped incredibly early to that quarry drop, where they started to gatekeep Team Queso a little bit, but Queso managed to slip past them, if you remember.
Yeah, but I mean,
this could be
the other thing
is, drop.
Team Queso is not the biggest threat right now.
No, of course not.
And it is worth noting they are using a slightly different roster that we've seen in other events. They've normally got... I think they don't normally have Dexy, and I'm going to need to check my sheet.
Tate. They don't usually have, as we are on board with two-time winners, DKG. Teams. So if they start getting aggressive and it starts paying off, they could rapidly climb this leaderboard and maybe secure themselves the top 3 by the end of this game. It is one big game that separates Cloud9, the North American Hope, from the top 3 Chinese teams.
And it doesn't have to be a huge game for C9, it has to be a slower game for the Chinese teams. Austin is on 1 HP and he will be found as well. So Drax is going to confirm him. That is one of Synergy's players down, and the rest all spotted here as well. They could get some shots in as they rotate out, and they've actually chosen to bail from the car. That's very dangerous indeed as they look to fight it.
Oh, he's not quite lining up the driver's seat. This is a very dangerous moment. Chucking it in reverse is not what I'd be suggesting there. Servi gets out though as he gets down that defilade down towards the coast.
The riskiest J-turns I've ever seen.
Uneven actually taken out by Rain again on the sniper. British Strider pushing up onto the trade. Fredo, you're done for. Surely no, the Udo Drax is going to push in and try and catch Strider on the Bolt animation. Doesn't quite get there. Strider closes the door on the ways out, preventing Drax's aggression. Strider, here's the footsteps moving across. Drax has no idea where he is. Runs straight past him, but the shot's missing. Will alarm the player. The door opens. Now we see the face-off.
These two players in a dance throughout this house, and Strider's going to push in for it. Both players land a couple of shots. Could go either way, but Drax is going to grab it and the confirm as well. That's another one down for Synergy. Their last 2 players crashing in now, but Venom getting cleaned up. That's not what they wanted to happen there. It's Drax with another, so a lot of points now being gained for these guys as Synergy are down to just the 1 here. CRV on your screen, the guy who was running away with the fancy J-turn earlier. They've taken a lot of damage. Udo Gank have grabbed 3 players, I believe. Drax has gotten all of them. And this could be our second team bowing out of the final game of Erangel.
Take the shot, son.
That could be a big double with the VSS there. That's not something we'd normally see. I don't think he'll be able to confirm either, but he's putting the pain onto the players that knocked out his team.
They're in the zone, in fact, so this is actually quite devastating for Udo, and the VSS, they're not sure exactly where the shots are coming from. That silenced weapon can be such a pain. Udo are in a little bit of strife here. It's just going to be very awkward to pick the players up and rotate, and this VSS is paying DVDs.
He may not be able to get all the kills, but he's certainly going to put a lot of pain onto Udo here. They have spotted him out, but again, as you say, inside of the zone, they are taking damage from it. They do need to get a move on pretty quickly here, but they've been able to get the reses happening, and Jumper is going to go for the solo frag. Surely not.
If he's going for the solo frag or the solo rotate to try and buy position in this next circle. Maybe secure a compound for his team to rotate into. Servi is doing all sorts of shenanigans though, really ruining Udo's day as Manprum tries to rotate past in the buggy. That's very dangerous stuff. He's actually going to turn for Servi. Servi on half HP does get taken down. That is Synergy out on 14th with not an elimination to their name as they were able to revive all the Udo players.
Looking much better for them indeed.
And they're back into it.
More damage here as they're looking to knock out one of Soul's players. Mortal crawling in the open, no cover at all possible. Jumper room confirm. It's 8 points for Gank now. Doing very well indeed. Again, it is these kill points that matter more than the placements. They'll be very happy with this start to things. They need to be careful, though, but they've actually found the shot onto XQF. Never mind, I was about to say they should be careful as XQF are close by, and they have been good at these long-range fights, but it is Gank who will open up with the first knock.
It's been Drax's game so far. He's managed to hit shot after shot, but Soul have gone from strength to strength. Well, they've actually gone from into the fry pan, into the fire. Suck manages to get the double spray down there, getting the car, and that leaves one player alive. They'll claim a few. Sixless, the stand-in, doing work. Carnage answering as well. Rain and Nico from Tempo are wiping out Unique, and Yudu are now crashing into Savano. That's not someone you want to be answering to. Vampering will go down, leaving Yudu with 3. And 3 kills for 4 AM early days. This is very reminiscent of some of their second game yesterday.
It is indeed. Yudu certainly started off the right way, currently sitting at 8 frags, but they've given up a man to 4 AM, and that's not what you want to be doing at all. Mega going to have one more knock. The circle is going to center up on Tempo Storm. They'll be very happy with that. 4 AM have split up looking for frags, by the way. They've already got a player in the center of the circle. The remaining 3 are together as XQF put more damage into Yudu. That's a team that, again, they had a great start to this game, but they don't want to go out too early here, and they're already down to just the one player if they can't get their reses.
Yeah, it looks like Yudu just go out. 6 kills for Drax is going to get them some good points. They have a free run into the center.
Which is where Tempo are currently hiding, so things won't get easier for them, but the main thing is they need to avoid this pressure from XQF, and you can see that they're still taking shots on the way in. There you go, Mega has been knocked out as well, so they'll be bowing out in 10th place. With no kills, unfortunately. That'll give them 1 point overall.
Unique struggling to find ground at the moment as Dexy has thrown a nade Stalker's direction and he's caught it with open arms. Orange going down very quickly. They're down to 1 player. Scout actually gets the knock onto Pop, but Marco confirms Stalker with the native.
Team Unique up top of the hill there as well.
Orange's last player is in a little bit of trouble as 4 AM having in the sides.
Down.
Hisaki, yeah, it's all over but the crying. Orange go out in 9th place with no eliminations to their names. 4 AM start to move up, but have actually been caught out as 2 of their players drop almost instantly. Spec and Coolboy combine to knock down 2 4 AM players. Sixless has been found by Paraboy, and Scout continues on his winning ways of knocking players down.
Omen just can't get away from Paraboy here. He's actually pushed out of the building that he had, which it's in the zone now, so he had to move, but he's so determined to get rid of Omen here.
He sees blood.
He's looking for his players, trying desperately to find it. They look like they should be able to get the res just fine, but still need to be pretty careful here as your Team Unique are up on top of the hill. You can see it. They can't really rotate out of this position too freely. I should say, do push up with the gun. Sasaki actually just going to push in straight away and try and take this one out. He's got a nade in hand to help him find some space as well. He's going to cop a big amount of damage, but now he'll throw his own in. A Tempo Storm right on top of 4 AM. There's going to be a big fight for them. And XQF could potentially come in the third party this as well.
Tempo are returning fire with grenades of their own, but they are getting knocked down very low on HP. This is a fight that's a big one for the state of the game as Paraboy gets a nade onto Carnage. Rogue gets knocked out by XQF as well. They're on the charge. In the picture-in-picture, you can see Order moving up. He's now just bandaging up, but it is Tempo Storm. They're under a lot of pressure. They're hiding in a little wooden shack. Scout gets another knock. That's his 8th of the game. He confirms it too. He's got another one too. He's up to 9 eliminations. 4 Scouts so far. Can he break double digits? We'll have to wait and see as Spec finds Fanovo. That's a good knock as well, returned by Hisaki. The flank comes out in here. 3 players from Tempo on the deck. Nico, the only one remaining. What can he do to hold on to hope for the North American team? Cloud9 are out. Omen on the brink, and now Tempo. They're circling the drain as Spec gets confirmed. Rain gets confirmed. It is Nico out and done. 4 AM move through. Omen. They're down to 2 players as XQF have pushed up onto them. It is Zute alive at the moment. Wi-Fi looks to be confirmed.
Paraboy nicks it even from his own teammate, but more damage done by him. Our Chinese team's on a rampage here. 8 kills for 4am. 4am already on 8 frags, DKG on 5. Fnatic, if they can hold on into the top 3 with how many kills they currently have, that'll be a very, very big boost to their points. They've already got 10 so far. 4am on the edge of the zone, taking a lot of damage here. DKG spraying away with the dinner plate, getting a lot of damage done there as well. That is 4am really struggling now with just one player left.
That was a disaster for 4am as a player was standing on top of where another player was prone. The clutches of DKG and claimed one knock and a confirm. Scout back on it. He's got Mox in the star from DKG. Scout, that might be his 10th kill of the game. It is, in fact, so he's really dragging his team along, kicking and screaming.
And this is top 3 secured for Fnatic now with 12 points. They're getting, at minimum, a 22-point game. They'll be very happy with how this has gone for them, and they're not done just yet. XQF and DKG are fighting each other. Scout has somehow found another one with the car explosion there. 13 points for Fnatic, and they're not slowing down just yet. This could be a chicken dinner for them. 2 players for XQF, 1 for DKG. They do cop a knock from Jimmy, though. These Chinese teams are not going to go down without a fight. We've seen that in the entire tournament thus far, and they are continuing to go as best they can. Oasis is separated from his buddies, so the res is not looking too good, but Scout is still up. He's been the really big player here for Fnatic thus far. They do have to watch out for that sole DKG player, though, in the smokes, out wide. That could be a bit of a spoiler for them, unless it would help Fnatic greatly if XQF go through and find that last DKG player here. Solve their problems for them.
Well, the backpacks are off. It's Snake in time. One of the star players, the leader at the moment for DKG, MLVSU.
Wait, Fnatic are going to get the res.
They have.
That's actually huge. They managed to sneak a player across in the smoke, and they're going to get to Oasis just in time. That gives them the player advantage back. Scout's gone down the zone. That's a disaster. Fnatic down to 1 player now.
That is worst case scenario is Oasis trying to crawl in, but Jimmy is going to finish him off. He bleeds out, and now Scout...
Ronak couldn't get the res.
Scout's on his first knock, and he's actually spotted him. Coolboy has spotted the last player from DKG. It turns to a 2v1 now. Ronak versus Jimmy and Coolboy. Ronak with the information. But I'm not quite sure he has the advantage in this situation. Scout's going to get confirmed out by the zone, so no point for XQF.
Oh my goodness!
Spotted in the grass. XQF take their 2nd win of PEC, and that's going to go a long way to putting them in 1st place. Fnatic had an absolutely fantastic game, though, something they desperately needed moving into 2nd place with a lot of eliminations.
I'm not sure exactly how many it was within 13.